Does anyone else ever get that really weird feeling that maybe they're not actually awake and that everything that they've done today was actually just a very sophisticated dream? Hello everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic day. If you're not having a fantastic day, feel free to cry on my very broad shoulders. Today we're looking at TikTok. Can't lie, I'm a bit scarred from the last time we looked at TikTok. That was a fever dream. But I've put my past pain aside for your viewing pleasure. So if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it, because we had to reopen a wound for this one. Recently, there's been a bit of a trend on TikTok called becoming that girl. And whilst to me, becoming that girl doesn't sound like a good thing, to me that sounds like you've been ostracized from society and everyone's like, ooh, that girl. But that could just be my high school trauma, so maybe that's just me. But it turns out that girl is actually the perfectly healthy, preppy, got her life together girl. This is the girl who everyone's like, damn, how does she do it? I wish I could be that girl. Now, the that girl trend has been criticized because a lot of the images used to promote this trend on TikTok are somewhat toxic. A lot of the time they tend to demonstrate a overly perfect lifestyle that usually centers around skinny, rich white women, and that in itself can feel very exclusionary. For example, if you can't afford to buy fresh fruit and vegetables or cute matching exercise sets, if your body type or skin tone doesn't fit that mold, you might feel that you could never be that girl. And whilst I don't think that these were the intentions of the people who made these videos, I do think the criticisms are valid, because whilst something seems harmless on the surface, a lot of the time they're actually perpetuating deeper issues that can make a lot of us feel isolated. That being said, when you remove what the message of this trend is from the images that are posted on TikTok or on Pinterest, the trend itself isn't actually harmful. The overall message of becoming that girl is to prioritize and put in motion things that will help you better yourself. Exercising more regularly, drinking more water, studying, doing journaling, mindfulness, meditation, looking after your mental and physical health. And I don't think that these are particularly bad things. In fact, they're things that I myself need reminding to do a lot of the time. The overall message is one of self-improvement and self-betterment, which is something that I personally can get behind. Hello. Hi. It's me again, except this time I'm in a corner. You've made it to the integration corner. Here we talk about our best mates, and only our best mates. We're not talking colleagues, we're not talking, you know, friends on the fringe. We're talking the real pals, the ones that come over for sleepovers and, you know, you have existential crises with. The friend that we're welcoming back to our glorious 90-degree angle today is Raycon. Can I get some claps from the audience, please? Also, for the audience members, I have heard that there is currently a party going on at buyraycon.com/Ellbat. So if you want to go to the description and attend that shindig, click on the link, it'll take you right there. But whilst, you know, you're getting yourself ready for the party, let me tell you a bit more about Raycon. These are the Everyday E25 earbuds, and they offer seamless Bluetooth pairing. And as we all know, because I talk about it every time I whip out my earbuds, I'm like a walking EMP. Technology tends to break around me, and yet seamless Bluetooth pairing. If I've never had a problem with the Bluetooth pairing, that is really saying something. One of my favorite things about Raycon is just simply how sleek they are. They're very small and compact. The case can literally fit in your pocket, and with 6 hours of playtime on a single charge, you won't have to worry about running out of music halfway through the day. I have mine in the rather classic black, but they do have a variety of different colours to fit your individual style, so your earbuds can match your fit. These are probably one of the best earbuds I've ever had, and that's why I keep working with Raycon, because for the price, the quality that you're getting is insane. So if you're looking for a certified fruity fresh purchase, head to buyraycon.com/Ellbat to get 15% off your order. And not only can you attend a party by clicking that link, when you support the sponsors on my channel, you're helping to support me. So that's very kind. Thank you very much. You're a stellar human being. So to start this off, I think it's very important to point out that that girl being the girl that she is, she enjoys getting up early. She's a morning bird. She gets up, she gets the glory. Is that the saying? Morning glory? No, that that is something completely different. It's early bird gets the worm. How did I mix that up with morning glory? As you guys already know, today I am living like that girl off of TikTok, the old tiki-toki. To say I'm down with the kids is an understatement. She gets up early, she exercises, she eats at 5 a day. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy for that girl. She is just not me. So the plan right now is to wash my face, do a skincare routine, do some stretching, a little bit of yoga. Right. Skincare time. By the way, I'm just really not at all like a very good skincare person. I've tried my best to like concoct a good combination of skincare items, but I'm sure someone's gonna tell me I'm doing something wrong. So, I'm not an expert, I never claimed to be. I've just done a lot of trial and error over the last year or so, and I've kind of worked out what works best for me. So, I know nothing about skincare, I just know what does and doesn't work for my particular skin. Okay, we're in my kitchen. I'm gonna make some coffee and drink some water and write out a to-do list. I have got some collagen powder that I'm gonna put inside my coffee because I heard that's very down with the that girl vibes stuff, so we're gonna try that. Okay, so I'm currently sat in my living room. I've got my coffee, I've got my water, I've got my pad and pen for making a to-do list. I'm first gonna down a bunch of water. Does anyone else just find swallowing in the morning, like, just difficult? So, I've got a list here of the most common things that I could find in all of the videos of people talk about becoming that girl. And most of them are pretty just generic things. They're pretty good habits to have, like drinking a lot more water, having cold showers. If you wanna learn more about that, I just posted a video all about cold showers, working out, doing skincare routines, taking walks as well, and that is such a good habit to have. If you're at a desk pretty much all day like me, walking is just like, really helps, I just find. I'm trying to think about what else I need to do today. I just have loads of tasks to do around my house that I've just been putting off. Unload the dishwasher, hang the clothes up, hoover all of the rooms in the house instead of specific parts of certain rooms, because I'm very lazy. I have to go to the grocery store and get lemons because apparently lemon water is all the rage. Now I'm gonna try my collagen peptide coffee. Oh, it just tastes like coffee. For some reason I thought it was gonna taste like fish. Ow! Atlas, no! You just spilled my water everywhere. Why are you just sat there looking at it? Kind of looks like it says Joe, so if you're watching this and your name is Joe, Atlas says hi. It's mindfulness time. Let's get it. I just did a 10-minute mindfulness session and now I feel really kind of just calm, a bit more together, composed, I guess. I'm gonna finish my coffee and drink a bit more water. And then I'm gonna take Atlas outside, just get some fresh air, and then I'm gonna come back in and do my workout. Something that you forget when you wake up late is how quiet and peaceful the mornings are. It may not be the same for you guys, but where I live is quite in the country, and often when you wake up early you hear a lot of birds and not a lot of traffic. Being able to go outside and just smell the fresh air, take in the sun and just hear some peace and quiet is really something that will improve your mindset, and I can't lie, doing that did put a spring in my step for the rest of the day. Every single one of the routines that I saw also said that you should try and do more reading, and I do really agree with that. Reading is so important because not only does it increase your vocabulary and your imaginative capabilities, it also teaches you new things about other people, about the world, about yourself even at times. And so I'm really glad that within this routine there was a break, there was time that you could really just get away from your phone, whether that be through meditation and mindfulness, journaling, or reading. It's nice out here, but it's getting way too hot. I can feel myself burning. So I'm gonna do my stretching and my workout now, and then I'm gonna have a cold shower, and then we've got to crack on with the rest of the stuff we have to do today. I'm not getting changed in order to do this workout, which I'm sure is really it's not that girl form. To be honest, it's so hot I don't want to exercise anyway, so the fact that I'm doing anything is a miracle. So the exercise that I'm doing today is an under butt isolation by Blogilates, which I'm quite excited by. I've never done this before, but apparently it's pretty intense and I really wanted something to be like, boom. that was quite sweaty. I think what I'm gonna do now, just because that was a little bit shorter than I realized, I'm gonna do another kind of leg and core workout. A no equipment one, just because even though I'm sweating, I feel like I could do more. And I feel like when you're in the mood and you feel like you can do more, you should, because there's gonna be a time where you don't feel like doing anything, and this will counterbalance that. I just closed my exercise ring. I did 30 minutes. It's a very awkward angle. I'm gonna shower now because I'm covered in just sticky sweat. And then once I've showered, we'll come up with a plan for the rest of the day and we'll order. We're gonna do the rest of the stuff in. I just posted a whole video of me taking on the cold shower experiment, which is me taking nothing but cold showers for 7 days, which was very painful. So if you want to watch that video, it's linked in the description down below, or you can just click the card on one of these sides. I have to go into town today to pick up some groceries because I don't have any kind of like nice things for lunch. I want to eat something that's quite healthy, but also something a little special. I don't want to have like a sandwich. I feel like that's quite boring for today. So maybe like sushi or something could be fun. I also want to see if I could maybe get a pedicure done whilst I'm in town, just because, you know, there's no limit to self-care. I feel like having nice toes is a very crucial part of that girl's everyday routine. I have a lot of cleaning to do. I have to clean my kitchen because it's, I don't know if you can see, but it is literally filthy. I've done the washing up, but the rest is just like questionable. I also want to put on a cute outfit today because I feel like when you put on an outfit that you feel comfortable in and that you're happy in, you generally just tend to walk with a spring in your step. And the thing is, because of lockdown, I've grown just so accustomed to just not getting dressed. I just do everything in my pajamas. So now everything's opened up, I'm kind of like, need to make a special effort to get dressed and remind myself that it can be fun. I'm not gonna put any makeup on today because, as you can see, my skin's a bit upset and I don't want to risk upsetting it more just for, you know, just for the sake of a video. Sorry. This is the outfit. It's very much like I'm a mother picking her kids up from school in the 80s kind of vibe, I think. I'm not gonna lie, that could be completely just the wrong era. I know nothing about fashion, but that's the vibe we're going for. After breakfast, I got dressed and decided to head into town. I managed to pick up a mango, kale and spinach smoothie from one of my favourite cafes in Bath. It's called Society Cafe. If you are ever in Bath, do check them out. They're lovely. Great everything. So I managed to get a walk-in appointment for my pedicure. That's done. I feel like a new woman. And I'm gonna make some lemon to go in my water. And with my lemon water, I've bought some sushi, some freshly made sushi, which I felt was very on brand. I think I just have a couple of emails, I have to set up a call, and then do some editing, and I've got to do a thumbnail. I think that's it for all the work that I have to do, so we'll have to see what that girls do when they're, you know, done working. I have my own sushi ginger from the fridge, and I feel like everyone should own their own sushi ginger, because there's never enough when you buy sushi. What are you doing under there? You're so cute. Look at this. It's lemon water time. Just kind of tastes like that lemon water you buy in a bottle, which shouldn't be surprising to me because it is literally lemon in water. But for some reason, I expected something else. Apparently this is supposed to help with digestion, but guess we'll see. I've destroyed my sushi. I don't know how that happened, but I've managed to mangle it. I feel like there's no graceful way to eat sushi, because if you don't put it all in your mouth at once, you end up with a mangled sushi. But if you do put it all in your mouth at once, you look like a hamster. So there's no win situation here. Most of the routines also suggested prioritizing studying and really working hard, but I've just finished year 1 of uni, so I don't have any studying to do for the summer, thank God. So I just decided to replace that with work instead. I enjoy doing my work over lunch, which is something that a lot of people suggest you shouldn't do because it's not very mindful in terms of your eating, and it's really good to take time just to eat and enjoy your food. But for me, I find that I enjoy food more when I eat it whilst being productive, which is probably not like right, but this is my routine, all right? I'm doing what I want. I just decided to make a thumbnail for one of my videos, which mainly just consists of me taking a screenshot from the video itself and editing it in Photoshop. I'm really not good at Photoshop, so a lot of the time when I'm making thumbnails, a lot of it's trying to correct the mistakes that I literally just made. Like, I deleted a section without realizing that I deleted half my arm, so I have to try and edit back in my arm. Something that I made sure to do every now and then whilst editing was to stand up and do a bit of stretching. It's really good for your body to do stretches every now and then, you know, just get the blood flow going, whether that's in your arms, your legs, your abdomen. Suddenly forgot every other body part there. Don't know what happened. Okay, I'm done with my work. Pretty much everything that I needed to do. I've been working for I think like 3.5 hours now. There are still a couple of things that I have to do for tomorrow, and I haven't done any of my domestic house stuff yet. This is just my work. So what I'm gonna do now is just take a little breather, maybe do some reading, and then crack on with the domestic-y house chores that I gotta do. The thing about this that I think a lot of people think it's telling you to be this perfect version of yourself, and I don't think that's what it is at all. I do think that some of the images used to promote this on TikTok and stuff are potentially quite toxic in the fact that they promote really just overly perfect ideals to the point that's just almost unattainable for a regular human like me and you. But I don't think that the message of what being that girl is about trying to be this perfect person. I think it's very much about encouraging you to better yourself in ways that will help you succeed or be happy, like taking time for self-care or reading more, which is really great for you, meditation or exercise, drinking more water, trying to spend a bit more time on studying where possible. And I think those aren't bad habits. I don't think those are toxic traits, especially the bits about prioritizing self-care and, you know, things that will genuinely help you in your brain and in your body and in your emotions. I think those are actually really great things that we should be encouraging people to do. After I finished my work, I decided to do a bit of reading, and this was partially because I enjoyed it so much in the morning. I just really wanted to do it again. So I've just been reading for a little bit. I'm reading a book called Orientalism right now, and it's one of the literary classics that's apparently one of the books that you should 100% read in your life. So I'm getting started on it. I started it a couple days ago, but you know when you haven't read anything that's written by someone incredibly intelligent in a while, and you find yourself reading and then realising you haven't understood a single thing of what was said. That's what happens every 3 sentences I read in this book. So I'm trying my best, but it's definitely a work in progress. And then I realised that I still had a lot of house chores to do, and one of those house chores was hanging up my wet clothes. At this point, it's very important to tell you that my error has been broken. It's only got 3 legs instead of 4 because one of them snapped off because, well, Jean is just a very unique person, and somehow he managed to do this. So I've just gone online and ordered a new one from Argos, which I can pick up today, which is nice. You've served me well, Mr. Clothes Dryer, but it's time you moved on. You know you're officially an adult when you get excited by a new era. Oh! Nice! I feel like this is the least that girl video ever. How many of the videos of people trying out this routine involve them hanging up their washing? I just want to know. I want to run a quick poll because I have a feeling it won't be many. Ta-da! Am I that girl yet? This video honestly did start out as a genuine attempt to become that girl, but it's not really quite the aesthetically pleasing life vibes that we were expecting. And then it was time for dinner. I've recently been ordering HelloFresh, and because the HelloFresh meals are for 2 people, I tend to make one of the meals and eat it over 2 days, so I have leftovers for the second day. And so today was one of the leftover days. And so I took my microwave safe Tupperware and put it in the oven. Guys, I've made a terrible mistake. This couldn't have gone worse if I had tried. I'm not that girl that has her life together. I'm the girl that melts a plastic Tupperware. Why am I not? Tell you what it reminds me of though. It reminds me of those edgy art clocks that are melting off the side of things. What this actually is a contemporary art piece. And you just haven't realised. I don't have any excuse. I'm just stupid. After dinner, I decided to watch some Netflix and just chill out a bit. I'm obsessed with Shadow and Bone right now. It's actually a problem. I'm having a bisexual panic. Netflix really said Happy Pride Month. I've finished my food and I've decided that we're doing a face mask on account of the fact that my skin is a mess and I don't believe there is a limit to how much one can self-care. I don't think I really have anything left to do today. I think I'm done. I'm just gonna do my face mask, I'm gonna drink a lot of water and then maybe read some more of my book. I'm not gonna read the Orientalism one now because I don't think that I'll understand any of it because it's too late for my brain to work. But I'm also reading a book called The Slinks, which is potentially the most confusing book I've ever read. I think I'm about halfway through, but I still don't understand what the point of the book being written was, which I feel like is the point of the book. So I'm not sure how that is, given that I'm sure that girl understands the book she reads, but at least I'm reading. Am I right? Stay in school, kids. Overall, I did really enjoy my day living like that girl. I think ultimately, if you take away the imagery of that girl and instead of looking at that girl as one specific girl with very, very strict routines that she does every single day, and instead look at that girl as more of a abstract concept for self-betterment and improvement, I think this could be really helpful. Looking at that girl as an abstract concept removes the pressure and expectation that you have to do every single one of these healthy habits every single day. It instead puts forward the idea of doing whatever healthy habits it is that you need right now and in whatever quantity you need. You can remove the toxic positivity that's associated with the trend, and you can also take away the unachievable perfectionism that's often perpetuated in routines like this that can cause people to feel inadequate just by existing. Health looks different on everyone, and therefore there are different healthy habits needed for different people. It doesn't always look like exercise or drinking more water. Sometimes it looks like lying in bed and watching your favorite anime for self-care, or eating some really wholesome, hearty food. Self-care comes in lots of different forms, and I think that when you take out the expectation of perfection that can often be attached to that girl, you can really start to see that becoming that girl is more about just listening to your body, doing what you need to be healthy, and doing things that will make you happy. That is what that girl is, because that girl can be anyone. That girl can be you. If you like this video, feel free to give it a little cheeky thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. It's a free world. You do you, boo. Would you give this a go? Do you think that if you remove the imagery, that this can work as kind of like an abstract concept of bettering yourself? Or do you think that even without the imagery, it kind of pushes forward this toxic positivity that a lot of us are, seeing in the social media realms right now? Also, if you like my hat, this is part of the YDYB core collection. YDYB is my sustainable and ethical clothing brand, if you didn't already know. We mainly do seasonal drops that are limited edition designs that you can only get until they're sold out, but we're also now releasing a core collection which is available to shop all year round. It's dropping at the end of the month along with YDYB season 2, so if you are interested, make sure to click the link in the description down below and sign up for a newsletter, because then you'll be the first to know when it drops. Or alternatively, follow ydyb.shop on Instagram. Have a wonderful day. Remember to drink water. Hydration is key, and I will see you guys in the next one. Kisses to your mother.